Chaps.
Chaps, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a story about, you were telling me about, did you bump into this guy in London?
No, this was a guy, I used to work in London, did a lot of training in London. So I met a lot of people who were from all over the world, but predominantly Southerners. So because I was the Northerner, there was like Southern banter for me, the Northerner. And one day I was walking down, beautiful day like today, walking down Piccadilly with this guy who was, I guess if you'd looked at him, he was like a latter-day dandy. Yeah. He was very cravat, not a tweed suit, but 1930s, 1940s type of dress style, but it blended in with the modern world.
A bit like Bill Nye. Would you call him a bit of a... Oh, he's from the 60s, but he's a bit of a dandy, isn't he?
Yeah. Sort of an elegant gentleman.
Yes.
Open a door for a lady, and so we were just walking down, and he didn't look at me. He was just like looking straight forward, and he called people by their second name.
Yeah.
So I was obviously Thompson. So he said, "Thompson." I said, "What?" They said, "Thompson, you're a." Now he sort of didn't mean it nastily. He sort of meant it. I said, "What do you mean?" So he says, "Well, you're a. You're not a chap." So I said, "What's a chap?" He says, "What's a chap?" And it was really gobsmacked that I didn't know what a chap was. So he then educated me. Wow, this is like this is a movement. This is like people from a latter day era who still have the values and the dress sense and the etiquette of sort of Edwardian times. So we had that conversation. And then I started to Google chaps, and there was a magazine. There was a venue actually that weekend where 2,000 of these chaps met with their sweethearts or partners, all dressed sort of as chaps and chapesses. And they're in, I don't know whether the Ritz or the Waldorf, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
So quite an elegant affair. And so then I've sort of followed it. This is probably like 15 years ago. And the movement of chaps, they've got a magazine, they've got like a website, they do lots. I think there's a Chap Olympics where they do things with brollies, or it's like quite eccentric and a bit zany. But I love that. And they do the Grand Flaneur, which is a walk where they all meet for no reason other than walking around London in their clothes, in their beautiful attire. So they just do odd stuff. But what I like, being quite a visual person, is they just look the part. And it's all hinged together with just this one four-letter word, chap. So I like that. That's it's almost like I was unaware of it until he said that. But now I'm aware of it. It's in plain sight. But it's hidden. A lot of people don't know about it. I just started following some guy on Instagram who's a greaser. A greaser?
Yeah. So
right.
A bit like, so you know, like the James Dean look. White shirt. Probably leather trousers for riding a motorbike. Slick back hair.
Like the antithesis of the start of Quadrophenia.
Is it?
Well, there's the mod, and then he's got a best friend who's a biker. Rockers.
Greasers and rockers are similar, aren't they?
I don't know.
The greaser makes me think of someone like that's covered in grease because they're like working on the motorbikes and cars and stuff. It's quite an American. It's more American, isn't it? I think. That'd be interesting to like delve into what's the difference between a greaser and a rocker. Have you seen in Japan? There's like an area called Shinjuku. I think I'm saying that right, but where people dress up in all these different cultures. They really take it on to be in these sort of. They really enjoy all these different subcultures. Well, the short answer is no. So just walk down the street in all these different. Like what? Like Greece's schoolgirls, Harry Potter outfits. Oh, so they'll choose a character. Yeah. But then they'll embody that. When I went, there was like flat caps and tweed jackets. Right. Yeah, they'll just be really into that character. I'm not sure if it's just I think it's more of a way of life as well for some of them.
Right.
So they'll really live that part.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who sort of get trapped in an era like the 50s.
Yeah.
And their home will be just as it would be in the 50s. They'd obviously buy a lot of retro things.
Yeah.
Their clothes and how they look.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are like a lot of powerful decades that are still strong
so
now.
Powerful. Yeah, incredible.
And I don't know whether that's because the decades that we're going through now are quite weak.
Yeah. Well, it diluted because I think anyone can be anything, and it's not so edgy to wear something a bit different.
Yeah.
And it would have been a proper subculture to probably be a bit of a greaser or to drop a bit of a dropout.
Yeah.
Not following society was a bit more difficult back in the 50s for sure. Like
50s, 60s, 70s, like
have
punk
away.
rock.
You would have had to wear a certain thing to work. You would have had to have a certain haircut.
I think it was attached to your identity as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I guess, would be related to the music that you liked.
Yeah.
And the music that you liked or what your interests were.
Yeah.
Be it football or rugby or cricket, or you adapted to that that look.
Yeah.
And unlike today, people had a limited amount of cash to spend. So whatever cash they spent on clothes, they would keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's less options.
Oh, massive. Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched this thing and it was suggesting that's why nothing is cool anymore. It's because like it doesn't really matter what you do, who you sleep with, what you believe, if you're not religious.
Yeah.
So like you remember all the sort of films from the 80s, probably 60s too, where there was always a rebelling against the authority. Breakfast Club, they were rebelling against the school and the rules.
Yeah.
Now there's like less defined rules, and that's why nothing's cool now.
Yeah, it's we live in a bit of a diluted society, and I guess the only things that people rebel against are governments, but globally, or causes. People would have a cause that they follow, and that then becomes their bag. That
edge.
Yeah, like I don't know, no disrespect, but like climate change, a person who's, I won't say into that, but he's passionate about that.
Yeah.
That would transfer into what they wear, who they hang around with, what everything that they use, their opinions, their beliefs. Whereas before, I would imagine climate change was still around to some degree, but not as prolific as it is now. But it didn't affect subcultures. Whereas now, that is a person's identity.
Yeah. Well, it's just like there's these big themes. Cultures just become more prominent.
Yeah.
It's sort of some take root and grow and become like, you know, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, and the ebb and flow. And they become popular for a while.
Yeah.
And then as the movement emerges, and people do research or certain things happen, or people within those organisations get outed for some reason. Like, one of the.
They just become too big for the boots. These things become too big, and then they fall down to the next upcoming version of something.
Yeah, and there's
just
so many.
Empires fall.
There's so many things that are important in today's world.
Yeah.
But because you can only really focus on one thing, like Palestine, Gaza, Ukraine, Trump, Europe, Brexit.
Well,
it's almost like.
Well, I think you can. People do concentrate on loads of different stuff, and that's why it's diluted, because we're just in a sea of like opinions, but people have become a bit numb to it, haven't they? They just see it everywhere.
But for me, there's like a limit. So when you're walking through any town or any city, there'll be people, which there weren't before, who are begging. They're homeless. And if you were to give £1, and then there's charities, it's almost like if you gave to every charity that approached you, or if you gave to every homeless person, it's almost like there's a limit. Like, actually, do you know what? I'm not being disrespectful, but I'm just like,
people are fatigued.
Yeah, so it's not you're a bad person, but it's almost like it's just everywhere that you don't get a chance to think. All good causes, but it's like, where do you sort of put your flag?